Hey everyone! Ever wonder if those wild stories about half-human, half-animal creatures might actually have some truth to them? From the animal-headed gods of ancient Egypt, to the centaurs and minotaurs of Greek lore, or even the creepy cryptids people swear they've seen today, like Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil. What if these aren't just tall tales, but echoes of a dark, ancient secret? Today we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing and controversial ancient texts out there. The Book of Enoch, a forbidden scripture that claims 200 fallen angels, called the Watchers, came to Earth, broke sacred rules, and kicked off a rebellion that changed humanity forever. According to Enoch, these Watchers didn't just marry human women and create giants called the Nephilim. They went way further. They started messing with the building blocks of life, mixing humans with animals, birds with beasts, creating monstrous hybrids that terrorized the ancient world. These creatures brought chaos, violence, and corruption. The Bible even hints at this in Genesis 6:4, mentioning giants before and after the Great Flood. But Enoch says the giants were just the start. The real nightmare was the hybrid army born from forbidden knowledge. Think about it. Greek myths are packed with creatures like centaurs, half man, half horse, or sirens, half woman, half bird. In ancient Egypt, gods like Horus with a falcon head or Anubis with a jackal head weren't just art. Maybe they were based on real beings people saw and revered as gods because of their unnatural powers. Even Hindu stories talk about gods like Narasimha, a man-lion, or Ganesha with an elephant head. It's like every ancient culture is telling the same story. Someone, long ago, mixed humans with animals. And it's not just ancient history. People today still report seeing bizarre creatures, Mothman with its glowing eyes and wings, the Chupacabra, or Bigfoot lurking in the woods. Could these be the last remnants of an ancient bloodline that survived the flood? Enoch says when these hybrids died, their spirits were trapped, neither in heaven nor fully on earth, roaming as demons. Ever wonder why demons like Baphomet are often depicted as half-human, half-beast, with goat heads or worse? Here's where it gets real for us. Modern science is playing with the same dangerous ideas. Labs are mixing human and animal DNA, growing human organs in pigs, putting human brain cells in mice, all in the name of progress. Sound familiar? Are we repeating the Watchers' mistakes, crossing lines we shouldn't? The ancient flood might have been a reset to wipe out these corrupted creatures. If even one survived, it could explain the shadowy figures people still see in the wilderness, the monsters folklore won't let go of. Maybe demons aren't cartoon devils with pitchforks. Maybe they're the restless spirits of these hybrids, still trying to mess with humanity. Why was the Book of Enoch buried for so long? Maybe it says too much, warning us that this battle for our world's purity never ended. Next time you see a statue of a god with an animal head or hear about a cryptid sighting, think about the Watchers and their forbidden experiments. Are we any different today, splicing DNA in high-tech labs? Are we stirring up the same corruption that nearly wiped us out once before? What do you think? Is the Book of Enoch just a wild story or a hidden piece of history? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive, and subscribe for more. Share this with someone who thinks myths are just fairy tales. The Book of Enoch doesn't just tell a creepy story about fallen angels and monster hybrids. It's a warning. It says the Watchers shared forbidden knowledge with humanity, not just about mixing DNA, but about things like advanced technology, weapons, and even occult practices. They taught humans how to make swords, shields, and tools of war, sparking violence that spiraled out of control. Sound familiar? Look around us today. AI, genetic engineering, biotech labs creating chimeras. We're not just playing with fire, we're dancing on the edge of the same cliff the Watchers fell off. Enoch says God sent the flood to hit the reset button on this corruption. But what happens when we start pushing those same boundaries again? Let's talk about what's going on right now. Scientists are combining human and animal DNA in ways that would make the Watchers jealous. In 2021, researchers created monkey embryos with human cells. Labs are growing human organs inside pigs for transplants. They're even experimenting with mice that have human-like brain functions. This isn't sci-fi. It's happening in real labs, funded by real money. The excuse? It's all for medicine, to save lives. But where's the line? The Book of Enoch says the Watchers crossed it, and the result was a world so messed up it had to be washed away. Are we heading for a sequel? Now, let's connect the dots to those cryptids we mentioned. If the Nephilim and their hybrid cousins left a legacy, maybe it's not just physical. Enoch says their spirits became demons, cursed to wander the earth. Could that explain why people still see things like the Mothman or the Chupacabra? Think about it. Every culture has stories of shadow creatures, things that don't fit in nature's playbook. In Native American lore, you've got skinwalkers, shape-shifting beings tied to dark rituals. In the Bible Belt, people talk about dogmen or goatmen haunting backroads. Maybe these aren't random monsters but leftovers from a time when the Watchers' experiments ran wild. And if their spirits are still out there, what happens when we start recreating their work in labs? Here's where it gets personal. The Book of Enoch wasn't just hidden because it's weird. It was banned because it challenges the way we see the world. It forces us to ask, who's really in control? Are we driving science forward, or are we being led down a path we don't fully understand? Think about the explosion of UFO sightings and alien stories in the last century. Some researchers say those aliens might not be from outer space, but from another dimension, tied to the same spiritual forces Enoch warned about. Crazy? Maybe. But when you see ancient texts and modern headlines lining up, it makes you wonder. So, what do we do with all this? First, stay curious. Dig into these ancient texts yourself. The Book of Enoch is out there, free to read online. Compare it to the Bible, the myths, even today's news. Second, question what's happening in the world. When you hear about a lab growing human-animal hybrids, don't just shrug it off. Ask why. Who's funding it? What's the end game? And third, talk about it. Share this video with your friends, your family, that one guy at work who's always into conspiracy theories. Get the conversation going, because the truth doesn't come out unless we demand it. Before I wrap up, let's hit one last chilling thought. The Book of Enoch says the Watchers are still out there, bound until the final judgment. But their influence? That's alive and well. Every time we mess with creation's blueprint, we're playing their game. So, next time you hear about a new genetic breakthrough or a creepy sighting in the woods, ask yourself, are we writing our own story or are we just replaying theirs? All right, that's it for this deep dive. What do you think? Is the Book of Enoch a forgotten history lesson or just a wild ancient myth? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if this got your brain spinning, and subscribe for more videos that pull back the curtain on the past. Share this with someone who needs a wake-up call, and let's keep digging for the truth. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.